So this video will be for anyone who is thinking about possibly getting into spoonbill snagging or trolling. Just a quick shot of how I like to set up my trolling rigs. Show you the knots that I use to tie on my treble hooks, my weights, my divers, whatever I'm going to be using. Typically I'll run an 80 to 100 pound Dacron braid as my main line, and then you've got an option. You can either run a Dipsy diver like this. This happens to be the Dreamweaver deeper diver, 107 millimeter, which is a size 4. And the way these work is you would tie onto this swivel right here, and this would act as the very bottom point in your line in place of a weight. And then you would run up, tie your hooks just like you would normally, but this is designed to kind of plane in the water, hold your hooks down at a certain level based on your speed and how much line is out. If you're going to use one of these, I highly recommend a line counter reel, just so you can keep an idea, how much line you've got out there. Most commonly what you'll do is you'll run a bank sinker. This is a 16 ounce. We usually run 14 or 16 ounce weights on the bottom, and then a lot of guys will run 2 or 3 treble hooks. I'm a fan of 3 just to cover a little bit more area. But anyway, with either the hook or the Dipsy diver, tying on is going to be the same. And to do that, you just want to double over the end of your line and then tie an overhand knot and just create a loop just like that down in the bottom. Cinch it up. You can trim this tag off if you want to, doesn't really matter. And then to attach your weight, you just run that through the eyelet and then back over the weight itself and pull up, cinch down, and then your weight is attached and it's not coming off. You would do the same thing with the Dipsy diver. You would just be attaching to this swivel here and then go all the way over the diver. From there, you want to come up, and this varies. Different people do different spacing. I like to go about 12 to 18 inches up the line, and that's where your first hook's going to be. And to tie your hooks on, you kind of do the same thing. You just get a little bit of line pinched over, and you run it through the eyelet, and then back and open that loop up, go all the way around all of the barbs, and then pull that tight just like that. And then what you want to do, get these separated here, you want to find the end that goes down to your hook, down to your weight, and then the line that goes on up to your next hook. In your left hand, you'll take the line that goes up to your next hook and kind of hold that tight, and you can even pinch. You can pinch right here, and then you'll take your other one and run it down the length of your hook. And then what you do is you kind of double over and make a loop. And then with that loop, you go over one barb, and then you pull it tight, and then cinch it up inside of there, and then pull it back down. And what that'll do is that'll keep it running true and straight down the hook. And then I just like to do it one more time. Just double it over, back over that same barb, cinch it up, and pull it back up tight, back down. And then that will keep your hook straight with the line as it runs through the water and pulls through the water. And then you would just go up another 12 to 18 inches, and you just repeat. You just double it, make your little eyelet, go through the eye of the hook, pull it down, go around all of your barbs, cinch that down, and then again separate it out. Keep your piece that is going up to the rod in your left hand. Pinch that down, keep it kind of tight, run that down the hook, make your eyelet, go over one barb, pull it tight, make a loop again. Oh, see there I went over. You can't go over, you don't want to go over two barbs. I'm over that barb, pull it up, tighten it down, and again that will pull straight through the water, and then you just go up and do your third. Some people run 2, some people run 3. It just varies. The weight, that's also personal preference. If you're bank fishing, you're going to run a much smaller weight. We fish from a boat trolling about 3 to 5 miles an hour, and we'll drag the 16s. If you've got a little bit deeper, fast-moving water, we prefer the 16s. 14s and a little bit shallower, a little less of a current. And then if you're running the Dipsy Diver, you know, you can just put that in a rod holder. Make sure you have your drag set, because you don't want to hit a fish or a snag and have that rod bend over and snap. Have it set a little bit loose with the diver, that way that gets that alert, doesn't snap your rod. But anyway, that is how I set up for trolling for spoonbill. Like I said, I run a 3-hook setup, typically a 16-ounce weight on the bottom, 12 to 16 inches in between the weight and the hook, and then up on the second and third hook. Hope this helps anybody that's new getting into spoonbilling, thinking about getting into spoonbilling. That's just a quick, easy way to tie your hooks on, tie your weight on, and you're good to go.